The world needs to hear this. Showing how these reptilian bloodlines in this Chittahooly, this reptilian group, expanded their power across the world.
This is what this nonsense is all about. There are lies. There are big lies. There are enormous lies. There are gigantic whoppers. You're dealing with people you cannot rationally have a conversation with.
Welcome to Ikeland, the podcast where I, Thomas Robertson, he, him, take you on a journey through the world of British conspiracy theorist David Icke, a self-confessed, tireless campaigner for truth. Just a quick one today, just off the cuff. Wanted to make some remarks about the auspicious occasion that's ahead of us this evening, at least my time in Australia, the coronation of King Charles III. Not exactly an exciting event for me. I'm not really a monarchist. I might watch it just because it's a, I was going to say once in a lifetime event, but given his age, we're probably going to get another coronation pretty soon. But certainly once in a few decades anyway. He might defy the odds and outlive me. Who knows? Hopefully not. No offense, Charles. But yeah, so I thought since it's a special occasion and since, David Icke hasn't been shy in the past about shining a light on the quote-unquote suspicious activities of the British royal family, I thought we might check in and see if there was anything of interest that had popped up given this auspicious occasion. Certainly seems like something that they'd at least want to comment on, right? So I wasn't disappointed. I jumped on BitChute, had a look at again. Don't go to BitChute. Just it's a crap website. Don't go there. It's just awful. Bad for your mental health. No. Don't look. Anyway, jumped on David Icke's BitChute channel. Wasn't disappointed. Unfortunately, although perhaps somewhat ironic and fitting, nothing from David himself, but there was a video from Gareth Icke. There's a clip from Gareth Icke Tonight, which is one of the shows that is produced on the iconic media platform that the Icke family have launched. So, funnily enough, we have the Icke apparent, or the heir apparent, I suppose, to David in Gareth, and we have the heir to the British throne, Charles. So, one talking about the other. Quite interesting. Anyway, Gareth doesn't disappoint. True to the Icke name, really puts poor Charlie on blast. Let's have a listen.
Talking of barbecues, Jimmy Savile's sausage-fingered friend will be coronated this weekend, meaning that not only does the World Economic Forum own the stuffed suits in Parliament, but now it owns the monarchy too. As if it didn't already. A man who had a fetish for knocking about with a creepy string-vested paedophile necrophiliac TV presenter and listed Lord Mountbatten, another man who's described as having low moral values, to say the least. As a huge inspiration to him, he will be the King of England, and we're all invited to pledge our allegiance to King Charles III. Now, it begs the question, just how low does your self-esteem have to be to take the knee to this immoral cult frontman? To pledge allegiance to someone who's done nothing to earn your respect, nothing to earn the stripes that emblazon his military fancy dress costume, and nothing to earn his £2.3 billion fortune other than be, well, the first swimmer out of Philip's testicles. He's not the village elder who held the tribe together in times of hardship or famine, and he's not the warrior king that led his people into battle to fend off foreign invaders and save lives and indeed the ways of life of those people that he was sworn to protect. No, he did the opposite of that. He sold his nation out to the foreign invaders from Davos, Trojan horses from the Club of Rome, and now within the 15-minute city walls. And our king is to be found cheering them on from his golden private jet-propelled chariot that you pay for, while the net zero cult that he vocally supports bleeds your radiators dry. But it's tradition, mate. Yeah, so was beheading. So forgive me for not waving my Made in China Union Jack and cheering on my serfdom with a jug of Pimm's I had to whack on the credit card because, we're all skint, aren't we? I took the knee when I proposed to my wife. Beyond that, I bow to no one.
Poor King Sausage Fingers Charles. I did laugh at Sausage Fingers, I must admit. I mean, steady on, Gareth. Tell me what you really think. Don't hold back, mate. Bloody hell. Lot to chew on there. I mean, Jimmy Savile, yeah. I mean, there's no getting around that, is there? There's photos of Charles and Jimmy, you know, having a good old chat, and we know that they exchanged letters, and, you know, Charles actively campaigned to his mum, the late Liz, to bestow a knighthood on Jimmy, which I think he eventually got. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure he did. Anyway, I'm not Googling it. It's not worth Googling Jimmy Savile, is it? Even to fact check Gareth Icke. But yeah, so we know that there was at least a special relationship there. I'm certainly not gonna jump to the defense of King Charles when it comes to Jimmy. But I mean, steady on with this World Economic Forum stuff. Like the man's not even in the job yet. I mean, he's not. We're literally talking about the bloke's coronation. If we're going to be pointing fingers at anybody for the infiltration, quote unquote, of the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab, surely we should be pointing the finger at Queen Liz, not poor Charlie Sausage Fingers. But yeah, you know, I do find it somewhat perplexing and a little bit worrisome. Gareth's insistence that Charles isn't some strong moral leader of, you know, defending the tribe or a strong military man or something like that. It's this obsession with strength that I find quite perplexing. I mean, does he really have to be strong in the modern world? Not. I suppose he has to be assertive and he has to show skills of leadership and things like that. But does he need to have like a martial strength? Does he have needed to have commanded troops in battle? I mean, I do understand the criticism of all the medals and all the pageantry associated with the military and the monarchy and things like that. I know that Harry and what's the other one? William. I know that they served in the military actively. So I mean, their valor may be a little bit more defensible. May have a stronger claim than Charles at least, but you know, I don't know. I don't think that's really something that we need in a modern leader, is it? But Gareth evidently disagrees. He thinks that any king of England should be a King Arthur warrior knight type. I don't know. I don't know. But the irony of Gareth having a go at Charles for having unearned his place, or not have earned his place, rather, I should say. I'm not good off the cuff. This is why I stick to a script. When he himself is just the heir apparent to his own dad, David. I mean, without David, without Iconic, without the brand, without the books, without the Lizard Men, what would Gareth have, really? I mean, I know he did have a quote-unquote music career, and I know he's, you know, as we discussed in the last episode, a cover artist extraordinaire, but otherwise, I mean, much like Charles, he's really depending on the family he was born into to make a crust, isn't he? Riding the coattails of his dad, and his dad's platform, Iconic. There would be no Gareth Icke tonight if it wasn't for David Icke. So, I mean, people in glass houses, Gareth. Anyway, I don't have too much more to say other than that. I just thought it would be interesting to check in and see what the folks over at Iconic were saying about the coronation. I am disappointed we didn't get any mention of lizards. You know, Liz was a lizard, so surely it's in the blood. Wouldn't Charles be as well? But no mention. Maybe Gareth is trying to downplay that aspect of things. I'm not sure. Or is a little bit more reluctant to voice more controversial opinions than David? Who knows? But Gareth Icke certainly one for us to keep watching in the future. Anyway, enjoy the coronation? Is that fair to say? I don't know if any of us are going to enjoy it. Like I said, I may watch it. I'm not much of a... Well, I'm not a monarchist at all, really. It's pretty outdated. But, as I said, once in a few decades, it's worth at least watching the spectacle. They paid enough for it, so we may as well put eyeballs on it, I suppose. Alright, well, wherever you are in the world, whether you're going to be watching the coronation or not, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time when we return to our reading of The Trap. Thanks for listening. Bye.